is what would it look like for a human-centered education system where we treat students as humans first. Everything else comes later, okay? Like, why do we have to view the student as a cog in a machine first, right? Why do we have to view them, it's like, oh, there's a student, well, let's look at them to the extent to which they're going to be able to score well on our tests. Obviously, tests are important, but I'm saying, what about viewing them as a whole dynamic system with lots of different needs and being a whole person? Abraham Maslow, again, I love quoting him. He says, if you deliberately plan on being less than you are capable of being, then I warn you that you'll be unhappy for the rest of your life. What I like about this quote, and I like Maslow because he's a little cheeky too. I feel like I resonate. He's like my spirit, brother. He has what I like about this is the point that he's making is that if we focus on self-actualization first, happiness will result. We don't have to focus so much on happiness first. So many of us do, right? So many of us try to learn all the things to be happy, and if we're not feeling happy, we feel somehow something's wrong, or we feel like, oh my gosh, I got to get back at that feeling. But I think if we work on our whole self, happiness usually comes as a result of that. All right, how many of you have heard of Maslow's hierarchy of needs? All right. No, that's great. You can keep the hands up. That's great. I might blow your mind, but it turns out that Maslow never drew a pyramid. This is something no one knows about, except you all now. and the people who've read my book Transcendence, like my mom. But no, Maslow never drew a pyramid. I remember when I was looking through his writings, I couldn't find the pyramid anywhere in any of his writings. Some people have, that's a meme. Some people put toilet paper down there as well during the COVID era. Remember when you went to the stores and you couldn't buy toilet? But the way that this is presented is that we have this hierarchy of needs from food and then safety. It's almost like life is a video game where you get a certain level of needs like safety, and then some voice from above is like, congratulations, you've unlocked family. And then, that's not how life works. It's not like you then get family and they're like, congrats, you've unlocked respect from others. Does that happen to anyone? No. Well, maybe some people. But the point that Maslow was trying to make, and the one I want to instill in you today, is that there are different modes of being that we can be in. And this applies to students. So students can be in a deficiency mode of cognition, where all of their day is really focused on what deprivations do they have, what needs that are unmet. But there's also a growth realm or a being realm of human existence where we can really expand, and it's like replacing a cloudy lens with a clear lens. And it's like saying, okay, well, you know what? There is beauty in the world. There is goodness. There's goodness within myself. But I can see it because I'm not striving so hard to reach my unmet needs. So what we need to do is work on both. And so I thought a better metaphor for a hierarchy of needs than a pyramid, which Maslow never drew, is a sailboat. Any sailors here? Any sailors? I do sail? That's awesome. So no, own that. So with a sail, why a sailboat? So I hope this makes sense. Let me know what you think afterwards. I'm going to be sitting over there. They're going to put me in a chair or something. So if anyone wants to come talk to me afterwards, I would love to talk to you. I'm here till noon. But with the sailboat model, you have the boat itself represents the basic needs. Of course, if you have unmet needs to a certain degree, the water comes in and you're going to sink. So it's very, very important from a hierarchy perspective to deal with basic needs. But you're not going to go anywhere if just the basic needs are met. Eventually, you have to open that sail if you want to grow, if you want to move in your most valued direction. And opening that sail is vulnerable. Opening that sail means, okay, I'm going to acknowledge that the waves can come crashing down on me anytime. There could be fires coming in. There a million things could be happening in the sea of life. But we still keep moving in our most valued direction. And the more we can instill in kids, and not just instill, but get them thinking about their values, get them thinking about what port do they want to sail to. You can even use the sailboat metaphor with them. What port do you want to sail to? That is what carries us through our lives. That's what gives us a purpose. So this is the revised hierarchy of needs. Are my slides showing? Oh, there you go. Okay, I panicked there for a second. I was like, are my slides showing it all on your screen? So this is my revised hierarchy of needs. So the boat comprises the needs for safety, connection, and self-esteem. These are very, very important things. I mean, the need for safety is the foundational need, extremely important. But when you open up the sail, moving with a sense of exploration, a sense of love, a sense of purpose, and then if you're really lucky at the end of the day and we feel really, really integrated, we feel like we're really, really in flow as we move in the ocean, move in our lives, we can maybe reach transcendence or reach some momentary fleeting feelings of transcendence.